let me get my controller. Hold on, it's stuck. There we go. Put in my controller here. Hold on. There we go. All right. Ow. Anyways, greetings, lords and ladies of the court. I'm your host with the most, DeltaKnight, back at it again with another episode of Nova Drift. And today, I'm going to be sailing through the clear and downright beautiful skies of outer space. Well, if you could even call it skies, but I hopefully you get the point. And today, the build I'm going to try to do is probably a really cool hull breaker one, but I'm not really sure. Also, again, I went into the configs to change a few items around because I wanted to make them have a little fun names and whatnot. But you'll probably be able to see them as I get to them, because I watched a lot of Ultra C's content, and they did that for their Nova Drift series, so I just wanted to do that for mine because I thought it was funny. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the hull breaker now, so that way I can have it for later. Planning ahead. Not my strong suit, but it'll have to do. Yeah. Dodge. Look at those 6 skills. Dare I say, is he drifting through the Novas? Hercules! Although I do like the original name that it had, called the Cerato Titan, but I thought Hercules was funny because it's a beetle. It's just a beetle, like, honestly. Although, that would be really cool to see a giant, like, space insect hive. Ooh. Man, why don't people make more fucking space insects that aren't, like, trying to kill everyone? Because that's what they would, like, in sci-fi movies, people do, like, this constant thing where, oh, giant space hive, it's bad and full of bad insect creatures. Like, no, man, can I get a really cool space hive that's not trying to murder my face off? Alright. I'm charging. He's charging. Now, I didn't do as much damage I thought I was going to do. Ow. Hey, leave me alone. I'll burn you. I'll burn you. Alright, you can calm all that down over there. Yeah, I really want a cool, like, space hive theme for something. Like, I don't think it'll be that hard to make. People just don't like creating content for, like, really cool content from movies and shows, and I don't understand why. And especially in space settings, like, why do people really hate space? Like, you think space is scary, but, like, have y'all seen the ocean lately? Bruh. That's the type of stuff we need to be exploring. Like, I don't know why anyone would be trying to go into space just yet. We need to explore the ocean. There's still some stuff down there that's like some freaky stuff, man. Ooh, don't end the run just yet. Ow. Oh. Hold on. Hold. Alright. All better. And crisis was averted. Alright. Because right now I'm just trying to, like, hold some upgrade points to eventually get the mod I need to kind of start this run off with. Alright, everyone, just kind of back up for a few seconds. Dodge. He's drifting. Somebody stop him, he's drifting through the Novas. And whoop. Hyper boost. Yeah, and I watch a lot of Ultra C content. I think this stuff is kind of nice. It's really relaxing to sort of just, like, sit down and watch them goof around in Nova Drift and some other games that they play. really good content, to be honest. But yeah, I wanna. I know streaming is kind of a bit, you know, much for some people who don't want to like sit down for half an hour or like 2 to 3 hours. Just, and it feels more like a podcast than it actually does like a episode of gameplay. Because when most people do gameplay, it's like 30 minutes to like 20 to 30 minutes of just fast-paced content of them doing a bunch of stuff and cutting out a lot of the glitches and like boring grinding parts in games. But I kind of like that stuff, you know. I want to see like what their thought process is for building, or you know, like why do they do that, or this type of stuff. They don't have to do it all the time. I'm not saying every video needs to be that constant like let me see, that constant sort of brain is dying, like a constant build fest, or like hour-long, you know, departure from what they normally do. But it would be nice to have a few videos of them just sort of relaxing and figuring out, oh, I wonder if I should put this here, or you know, maybe put that there, something along those lines, basically. What do I need? I need Regenesis, which was another mod I renamed. Yeah, because I don't know, I've just been kind of renaming mods. It's just a lot of fun, especially if I find some of them. And even some of the bosses that I renamed, it was just, I had too much fun with it. Alright, there. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. There's a lot of things here that I don't like. Deadly Wake, BDSM. Reaper's Ultimate, no, I don't need that. Arson, no. Deadly Wake, probably. Cause yeah, there's a. Ow. Oh, no, 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 no. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Jeez. Man, I don't want to die like, what, 7 minutes into the video? Jeez. I mean, I know it's not like a lot of time to reset, but come on. It'd be really awkward, man. You're gonna make me look bad. Alright, so what do I need? I also need, nanomachines. Yeah, nanomachines, son. Like, that's what. Alright, now I just need to keep holding out for more parts. And maybe I'm fast. Hold on, let me see if I'm fast enough. Am I fast enough to one-shot this guy? Ow. Yep. Oh, I'm actually getting fast enough. Ow. Yikes. Maybe a little too fast. Teleports behind you. Nothing personal, kid. Yep, and yes, and I already can hear people saying yes, most of these, most of the changes that I made to the weapons and whatnot are just dumb references to other stuff. I'm not against it. / like going to Endbringer. Even though I think Dreadnought was still a good name though, but my brain is just my brain do be like that sometimes. Explosion. Yeah, my brain is just kind of dumb sometimes, so you're just gonna have to forgive me for it. All right, let me see. Ow. Vulnerability detected. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was an idiot move. That was a dumb move. That was dumb. Super dumb. Ow. Ow. Stop. Stop. Alright, I'll do it again. Boom. Got him. Alright, let's go in one more time. For the queen. Alright. Let's see, what do I want? Conversion, no. Double tap, adaptive armor, star signs. I don't have enough upgrade point just yet. Whoa. Don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. Okay. Alright. Charge! Got him. Alright, one more time. Alright. Fight me! Yeah! Bam! Come on, you oversized... I don't even know what to call you. I was gonna try to make something, but I don't really know actually what to call you. Yeah! Boom. And dead. I'll take my obsession. Because I want to try to go for the one... I want to go for trying to maybe a double achievement, because I'm not really good at doing achievements like on camera. I accidentally got an achievement like off camera while I was trying to like just play the game on my own free time to, you know, practice, since I'm not really the best at any game I do. Like, not once. Even with hours of practice in games, I'm still very, very terrible at doing. I'm very, very terrible. And there's nothing I can really do about it. No, don't want that. Medius and Rampage Explosion. I will take... I think I'll take Rampage. Yeah, I think I'll take Rampage. Because, yeah, I am doing a hull breaker, so I'm going to need as much speed as I possibly can. Boom. Because look at that damage, boys. Look at that damage. You don't get this type of damage just from sitting on your laurels. Alright. Here we go. A blue streak going by. And that's me, Sonic. I'm too fast for the naked eye. Smack. Alright. And smack. Yup. Ooh, cargo train. Also, I don't know if I got that achievement on video or not, but I did get I think I got the achievement for dying to a cargo train one time. Or did I? I don't remember, actually. Because, yeah, I know I'm still missing a few of them, but I got the achievement for using the warp shield like 40 times in a row, which was still surprised me, because I was doing like a drone, like an engineer drone build with like the allies and turrets, and I was like, oh, I'm probably not gonna get it this time. It you know, there's no way I would be able to get it this time, because like I'm just dicking around. I don't even know how to get the achievement, or is it even possible to get the achievement. But then suddenly, boom, you unlocked achievement unlocked divided by 0. I'm like, oh, that's not what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad I got it, because you know, another achievement to add under my belt, but I didn't realize I was going to get it so soon. But, I mean, I guess I can't complain, though. I mean, a win is a win, even if it is a little weird. Boop, boop. Also, there's an achievement in here there's an achievement in here for being, the Leviathan body, which is just like a giant snake. It's called Boop Noodle. And I'm like, oh, that's adorable. Like, I was wondering if I should do the Hullbreaker one or the Leviathan achievement today, but I was like, I kind of want to smack people with my face again. No. Connect booster, adrenal module, force armor, because I am doing a lot of crash damage. Ow. Which is basically just slamming your face really hard into something. And there we go. All better. Hidden power. That's the mod I was looking for. Banishes all weapons and construct from the upgrade pools and returns a point if you purchased the weapon gear. Now I can finally go foolhardy. Alright. I would go into the configs to try to like tell people what the original mods were, but like I don't know if I don't know if I want to sit down too long to try to say all that. Nope. Give me. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. There we go. So now the only thing I'm missing from this is the wild mods I need to do. Because I wanted to do like the 30 chaos orbs, which is going to need like, the calculations for that was, I need 30 and there's 2, and you get 1 orb per 2 mods. So like 60 or something. You need like a couple beforehand. Actually, what is the conversion rate of that one? Hold on. Alright, more hull. Meow. Ah. I'm too fast. He's too fast, too furious. Meow. Meow. This is what your cat looks like at 3 a.m. It's got zoomies. Your cat has zoomies. Ow. Boom! 1 shot. You only get 1 shot. Alright, gimme. The only downside with the Rampage mod is that you're way too fast sometimes. And teleports behind you. Ah! Yeah, keep forgetting how fast this mod can make you. Hold on, everybody. Stop. Just give me a minute. I'm a professional. Alright. Charge! Boom! I love this. I love this dumb body gear. It's so good. Ooh, this is a good selection. Let me see. Stabilization, kinetic booster, adrenal module, adaptive armor, or astral defense. I think I want, because this one gives me core shielding, damage resistance, armor duration, hull and shield, inner strength, offensive defense. Or do I want Undertale? Increase the distance of orb and power up attraction. I think I'll save that for later. I'll probably get adaptive armor now. I want to get as safe as possible. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, because that reduces all the damage I take from smashing my face into every living being in a 30-mile radius. Ow. Ow. Ah. And, yeah, there we go. And today I'll be your pilot. Boom! Through the clear skies of Nova Drift. Smack it. There might be some turbulence in the back of the plane, but I assure you, it's nothing to worry about. Ooh, enemy spotted. Hold on. Oh, I would have loved to have winnowed, but I can't. That enemy spotted, though. Ooh. If a challenger is destroyed, it will drop a random power-up, and you'll gain 1 level from it. Each subsequent challenger is stronger and grants more orbs than the last. Ooh. And orb... Oh, man, you know I got to. Holy tits, he's massive! Ah. Bro, he lagged the screen, he was so big. Alright, oh, okay, slow down, give me... Slow down. Hold. Comet, please don't blow him up. I wanted to do it. And bam! I'm too fast. He's too fast, who's too dangerous. Okay. Discord server. That's the mod I was looking for. Alright. Give me those. Give me the inner strength, and then give me explosive growth. I will take all of those. Yep. Boom. Oh, it feels so satisfying to one-shot people. Oh. Alright, I don't know how many... Okay, so I have 10. And for the... You control 2 orbs initially, plus 1 for every 2 wild mods that you own. So I have 2... So I have about 7, I think? And I can't really count them all because they're flying around. So I have about 7. Oh, that's gonna be a minute then. I think I should be able to do it. I don't know if it's gonna be that hard. Ow. Ow. Ew. Dude, look at that damage though. Oh. You don't get damage like that just by sitting on your laurels. I do say. Alright, now. Here. My cat's got 3 a.m. zoomies. I can't make him stop. Boop. Boop. Even just barely touching these guys, I do like 7,000 damage apiece. Now that's the type of DPS I want to see. Okay. Ooh. No, I don't know. 5 of those? Ooh. I don't know about that one, Chief. But 5 of this one, though. You know what? I'll take that. I will take that. Even though it gets rid of it in the pool, I'll still take it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. What? There we go. Ooh. Oh, Lord, he coming. The SS fisted. Alright, let me see if I can one-shot him. Charge! Oh, shit, I did. Yeah! Now, that's what I'm talking about. Now, listen. That's how you know a game is good, when you start feeling way too powerful, like, super early on. Damage resistance. Targets take more global damage. No. I want more hull. Anything that can give me more hull would be really, really nice. Did I ever get... Yeah, I got core shielding. Okay. And whoop! Dude, 50,000 damage! Ayo! Now, I wonder if I'm going to be able to get the achievement, because it's... You have to do it specifically when he's charging. There's like a boss in here that has like a charge move, and you have to hit him and kill him during said charge move. I just hope I can do it. Boom! Right through. No, my experience! My experience! Meow. I need to get the, I need to get that one mod online, so that way I can, yeah, I need this one. Give me Undertale. You guys play Undertale? I did buy Undertale. I don't know if I'm ever going to start a playthrough of Undertale. I mean, probably, because even though I've seen it like 30 times and everybody's kind of moved on to like either Deltarune or, you know, something else entirely. Although there was a really cool Undertale-inspired game like called like Heartbound or something. That will, or man, what was it actually? What was it called? Was it called Heartbound? Or like, yeah, I think it was like Heartbound or something, where you play as the, where like you're a dude trying to find his dog and stuff. Like, I don't remember the full details of the game, but I think that was what it was about. Like, yeah, his dog got trapped in another world from some like evil monster or something, so he went after his dog to go save him. And, you know, probably beat the boss or whatever. It was a really fun game. I just haven't seen any new like news about it or like any updates on it. And then there was another game called Underdark or Under something. Under Hero. There was another one called Under Hero, which was basically you play as one of the minions to the final boss, and somehow they lucked up. Like, the story for that one was, you're a minion to the main evil boss guy of the realm and stuff, but you and your minion buddies accidentally kill the main hero that's supposed to be defeating the final boss, and so you can either take it upon yourself to be the new hero, or you can just, you know, keep being an evil villain like you're supposed to. and I think it was a really fun game. Like I saw a lot of gameplay on it. It looked really cool. I don't know if it's still around or anything, but it's Under Hero. Like that one was called Under Hero, and the other one was called Heartbound, I believe. Both really fun games. You should go check it out if you have the time. Offensive defense. Let me see. What do I need more? I think I'll do. Hold on. Let me see. I think I'll do kinetic booster. That might. Alright. Charge. And boom, a one shot. Dude, I barely did any damage. How much is my global anyways? 315. Yo. My powers. No bounds. Although on another topic entirely. Here's the boss. Sephiroth. On another topic though. Nope, wrong button. Like, is there any reason why games do like percentages versus like flat damage numbers? Like, is flat damage better than? Oh, here's the move. Boom, and got the achievement. Joust. All right. Is there any reason why video games in general do percentages versus flat damage numbers? Because like I've always wondered that. It never really made any sense to me that they would do percentages, because like 1% of 1 is nothing, but like if I have 1% of something, like 1% of 1 is just basically nothing. So why would I want to take that versus taking 10 flat points of extra damage or defense? Like, why would I not want the flat damage values versus the percentages? Because I know percentages get higher and higher the more you stack on it. Like, eventually 200% of something will be really higher than like maybe a flat value of 100, but I would still rather incrementally increase by 100 and then 100 versus going up by like 0.5 or 1% or some shit. Like, it just doesn't seem very viable to me. And also, when it comes down to game genres in general, why the hell do people like roguelikes so much? I don't know if I've ever talked about this on a stream or anything before, but again, I just don't understand why people like roguelikes so much, because why would you want to waste all... Taco Bell. Why would you want to waste your time going through like hours of content only for it to be like deleted? That would be like making a sandwich and then throwing it away. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You spent all that time putting all your favorite ingredients on the sandwich and, buying the ingredients and everything that goes into making a sandwich, only to just, I don't feel like eating it, and then throw it away. Like, first of all, that's a waste of food, and I would punch you in the face if you ever wasted food in front of me. But at the same time, and personal feelings aside, it just doesn't make any sense to kind of like waste all that time and effort into making all this progress only for like you to stub your toe in game and then suddenly your character explodes for no reason. Then you lose the hours of progress that you made. And yeah, they have meta progression in a lot of roguelikes, which I think is really nice. But at the same time, can I just keep the progress that I made and then you just make the bosses and monsters progressively harder? Like, I know Nova Drift is a roguelike, but at least when I get to the point of like feeling super incredibly powerful, like I'm one-shotting bosses, they just keep getting stronger and stronger, and to the point where I can't actually keep up with them. Like, that's kind of, it feels a lot better when you actually can use the build that you've created, that you've spent hours upon hours making and stuff, versus like it just suddenly disappearing into nothingness. Because like that's just it just sucks, to be honest. Like, you shouldn't want to put all of that time and effort into making something only to remove it at, only for it to be removed at the end. Like, I don't see the appeal of it at all. Other people do, and I more power to them, but again, I just don't understand it. I don't know if that just makes me weird or not, because I do that a lot of times when it comes to certain media. It's just like, I don't see the appeal of certain games. Like, for me personally, I love the oh Lord, he coming, the black hole. I love open sandboxes, open world games. I love crafting and tinkering. Like games like Minecraft, Terraria, like Terra Tech, just like buildings, open world survival games. I love being able to have the freedom to just kind of like create my character, create the world, and kind of just tinker with it, because I've always been more of an artistic type of dude in general, so it's being able to just kind of freely explore the world has just always been kind of my bread and butter. And especially with games like Mass Builder, or especially with more technical games like Mass Builder or Armored Core, I love being able to make giant mechs to fight monsters with, because that's a childhood fantasy of mine that, like, I don't know if a lot of other kids still have nowadays, because they're probably always on their phone, or, you know, doing a bunch of like TikTok shit for whatever. And I know I sound old, but I swear to you, I'm not that old. I'm a 2000s kid. But like, all right, Smash. Anyways, 100,000. Ooh, that's some satisfying damage. But yeah, I don't know if kids still have like that sort of like passion for watching cool cartoons and stuff. And especially, well, maybe probably not, because a lot of cartoons are just getting like canceled, and also they're trying to push weird agendas that kids don't need to be really worried about nowadays. Because like and again, I don't want to. I know I'm going to use this phrasing, and I know it sounds old. I know I sound old when I say it, but back in my day, just ooh, do I want to winnow this? Hold on, let me do a quick do I want to winnow this? I don't really mind losing that. I don't want the Hadouken, because I don't really know if I need the burn damage. Though it would be nice. Yeah, I don't know if I want that as much, though. Then I would have to take Power Reserve for the Strafe. I don't really care about the drone special for this. The Void is fine. I'm a winnow that. But like I was saying, like back when I was, you know, like a kid and stuff, I loved waking up every Saturday morning, just like at an ungodly hour, just so I could sit down in front of the TV, push every man, woman, and child out of my way, just so I could watch some cartoons on the television, just on the television. Oh my god, I said television. Just so I could watch Saturday morning cartoons like Power Rangers, Transformers Armada, Sailor Moon, One Piece, Naruto, just anything that came on Saturday mornings, from Jetix or 4Kids or just whatever. Just there was so many cartoons that I just loved, and they shaped, you know, who I am today. And to this day, I still love watching Power Rangers and Transformers, you know. And I haven't really seen anything Sailor Moon related. That's more of my sister's, you know, department. She watches more of Sailor Moon and One Piece and all that stuff. But I still love watching Power Rangers, Transformers. I haven't really been able to find any good Kamen Rider to watch, but I also love Kamen Rider. Japan has the Sentai Rangers, which is basically which is basically their version of Power Rangers. Even though they came out with Power Rangers first, they just called it Sentai Rangers. But again, that's a lot of technical babble that I'm not really portraying correctly because I can't speak English to save my life. But other than that, yeah, I love those type of movies and shows. They've just been a part of my like daily vernacular and like brain waves for the longest time. Cause there's just something so, it was just something so like cathartic about watching those 5 teens with attitude go like, oh no, Rita Repulsa came out of nowhere and now she's gonna try to defeat, and she's gonna try to oh no, Rita Repulsa showed up and she's trying to like take over the world again, like that. And then Zordon be like, alright, Rangers, go and take Rita Repulsa down. Save the town. Like, alright, you guys, it's morphin' time. And then, you know, they play the music and be like, go, go, Power Rangers. And I'm like, that, like, my eyes and my fucking heart were just, I couldn't take it, man. I was foaming at the mouth every time that happened. And it didn't matter how many times they did it or in what way they did it. It was just cool. Seeing them transform into their like super cool armor and outfits and stuff, and like doing the combined move that they would usually do. I was like, oh my god, I want to do that so badly. I was like, it's so cool. Like, even to this day, it's still cool. I like, if I could, like, if it was possible for me to do, I would love to go onto one of their sets, like, talk to Saban. I think that's the people who made it. Like, I would love to talk to Saban and be like, please, I want to just, like, can you just make me, like, a Power Ranger suit and teach me how to do, like, some of the flips and stuff? Just, I want to be on an episode of Power Rangers. I really want to. Like, Power Rangers, or at least to, like, give me one of those, like, Megazord suits that they pilot and just let me, like, kind of, well, not really pilot, like, in the earlier iterations of Power Rangers, they had a dude in a suit who would wear, like, the giant Megazord costume, and, I've always wanted to do that. Like, just, because if it is at all possible for me to do with my own show and whatnot, I would love it if I could have their, like, permission to do a Power Rangers type of thing in my show. And be like, you know, like, I want to kind of, like, show the old, like, maybe some old Power Ranger footage or Sentai Ranger stuff for, like, an episode that's making an homage to the Power Rangers. Because I have a whole idea for the Power Ranger episode that I have in mind. You know, it kind of follows the same beats as, the first, like, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers kind of follows the same beats as that and stuff, but, like, the other Rangers are already pre-established Rangers. So, like, they've been doing it for a while, so, you know, they're, like, veterans at their job. Except that they don't really do the whole, like, flips and tricks, and they're not really, like, as... They have more of a serious tone to it than my... Like, but, during one of their missions... Oh, man, I don't get the intro. Boop. Anyways... like, you know, they're veterans at their craft and stuff. They don't really do all the flips and tricks anymore, especially since it's more serious, that they could, like, you know, kind of die from doing their job, even though they don't really see it as that big of a deal, since, you know, saving the world is kind of their main focus. But eventually, one of the Blue Ranger of their team, because I like blue, sorry, just sue me, the Blue Ranger of their team kind of falls in battle, and his morpher kind of gets thrown to Earth, because of course it does. Don't at me. His morpher gets thrown to Earth, and the stand-in character that I've created, which is just going to be me, again, because I really love Power Rangers, so again, sue me. My stand-in character finds the morpher, and he's like, oh, this is really cool. Like, why would somebody throw, like, a toy like this out here, and especially in such good condition? So, in the middle of, like, you know, I take it back home, and then I kind of, you know, I do all the little katas, and I'm like, it's morphin' time, like, yeah, and I start, like, playing around with it, because, again, I'm a kid at heart. I can't help it. I just love Power Rangers. So I'm just playing around with it. I'm just like doing the flips and tricks, and I'm like, ah, this is cool. And then, oh no 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 no. Oh okay. There we go. Oh god. Come on, hold, please. Okay. Maybe I should have not been so hasty with the speed, because I think I'm too fast. Oh lord, he coming again. Oh no. Yeah, and then, I'm doing the flips and tricks and the katas and whatnot with the morpher. But then eventually on the news, I hear that it's like, oh, like, suddenly from the sky there's a giant meteorite, and I'm like, oh no, that's like, oh, I'm not going to town, like, I guess I'm not going to town today because I'm not dealing with no giant meteorite. And come to find out that meteorite has, a Rita Repulsa kind of character in it, trying to take over the world and whatnot, and she has the same mannerisms as Rita Repulsa, because I just love the way she kind of, that way she acts out her character. You could tell she was having a lot of fun doing all the gestures and over-exaggerated gestures and poses, like, look, I'm finally free after 10,000 years. I'm going to conquer, like that type of stuff. And I was like, oh, like, I can't. It's just too much. But yeah, I have a Rita Repulsa stand in. She's trying to take over the world, and I'm just watching from afar, like, oh, that's not good. Like, but I don't try to like jump in to save the day, because like I'm not gonna be playing hero when I don't have the power to do so. Like, but when I start seeing people get in danger, I try to like jump in and like, take them out of get them out of harm's way and stuff, so that they're not ow, 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 ow. Try to get them out of harm's way so that, they don't die or whatever. And eventually, cue the music and the fanfare and the dramatic flair. The Rangers show up. The Vortex Rangers, as I call them. They're like, all right, you guys, you know the drill. And they just suit up and the thing. They don't do any, like, the fancy kata. So I'm like, oh, like I was really excited at first, but then I'm like, oh, they're not doing any of the katas and stuff? They don't want to, they didn't really have the campiness of, like, the Power Rangers, but I could tell that they were, like, a Ranger sort of team. So I was like, oh my god, are you guys the Power Rangers? Like, why aren't you doing all why aren't you doing all the flips and stuff? And they're like, Power Rangers? Like, no, you got us mistaken, we're the Vortex Rangers. Like, I was like, oh, but, like, you guys aren't going to do the flips or anything? Like, in the tricks? And then, they kind of just disregard me eventually, because the monsters show up, and they got to take care of that. But I'm just still watching from afar, and I'm like, oh, but they are doing, like, really cool stuff. Like, I wonder if I can do that. Like, I kind of like, wishing that I could help them out and, be, like, a ranger as well. Because, it's been my childhood dream. And while I'm watching them, I noticed that they kind of... Sorry. This reference won't make any sense if you don't watch Ultra C's content, but I just put it in there because it's just something to laugh at while I'm playing the game. But, you're like, yeah, I want something to help. And I noticed that there was a... Alright, kill that guy before he even starts. That there's, there's a person that's getting surrounded by one of the monsters. I'm like, oh, I gotta go. I guess I could go help them. Like it probably is really dangerous, but I don't want them to die. If the Rangers can't see them and they're clearly occupied with the other monsters, I might as well go try to step in. So I do that, and I do my best to kind of like jump in and like kind of punch the monsters away. I'm not really strong, so they're really not fazed by it. They just sort of look at me like, did he just really try to punch me? But at least that gives the person enough time to kind of, get away and kind of, ow, oh, ow. Okay, why is my warp not working? Why is my warp not working? Why is my warp not working? That's not what I want to do. Why is my warp not working? My warp, okay. I was like, why is my warp not working? Oh. Ha, ha. Ah, crap. I don't think this run is gonna last much longer. So yeah, I gotta kind of. Nope. Yep. Knew it. Ah, crap. At least I got the other achievement. I don't know how to get that. I don't know how to get that other one. Dang it. I shouldn't have done so many speed powers. Okay, but let me start over from the top and do a different build that might be able to get me the desired effect I want. And that will be the black hole generator because lazy. I feel like lazy. Quantum Zuck. Let me get the Quantum Zuck. Come on. Oh, it feels so slow now. And so yeah, I go in and I kind of, try to pull the bad guys away from the person. They just dip, leaving me there to sort of fight the monster alone. And even though it's probably a bad idea, which I thoroughly say to myself, I'm like, yeah, this was definitely a terrible idea. I still do it anyways because I want to try to follow in the Rangers' foot. Disregard this one. This run never happened. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. I just want to follow in the Rangers' footsteps. Try to be because I've always been a helpful person. People have told me this before, that I'm kind of like a really chill and helpful person, which I don't really see it, but I'm just gonna take their word for it because I don't want to be argumentative. Excuse me. I'm not really an argumentative or very combative person, more passive by nature, because I don't really see the need for fighting in general because it never leads to anything good. People are like, wars or whatever, and I just don't understand the need for it. All right, boop, boom. All right, can I please get my mines now? Please. Ooh. Please. Yes. We've got the run. It's the run. But yeah, I want to follow in the Rangers' footsteps. I'm like, I want to be a good, helpful person and try to keep the people alive and all that stuff. Terminal. And while I'm fighting, the Rangers eventually beat the monsters that they were taking care of, and then they see me over in the background kind of fighting and trying to fighting the monsters off. But they're like, oh, not this crap again. So they have to, throw me out of the way and stuff. But when they do so, they catch a glimpse that I'm holding one of the morphers. But one of the Blue Ranger's morpher, and they're like, "Oh crap, we got to go back and get him. I shouldn't have threw him so far. We shouldn't have thrown him so far away." But since the Rita Repulsa stand-in is kind of still there, they have to deal with that first. And eventually, I land in a forest somewhere, falling down from the trees, which should have killed me. But thanks to the morpher that I have on hand, it doesn't really it doesn't kill me outright. I could take a little bit of punishment, and from that heroic kind of act that I was doing, it kind of bolsters my power, so I can survive things. Because honestly, those monsters should have killed me outright, but like I said, the morpher was there. Eventually, I kind of get my bearings back, and I'm a little bit more conscious to do stuff, and I was like, I even make a joke about it. I was like, I guess I'm not dead yet, so I'm like, that's a plus. And I kind of just check the morpher out and see if anything went wrong and where the hell I am, because I'm geologically just terrible at tracking or navigating. But thankfully there's a couple of landmarkers around, so hold on. Ow. Ooh. Yeah. Thankfully there's a couple of landmarkers around that I can kind of go off of, so. Why am I holding these points again? I needed What did I need? I needed that, that, this, that, what did I need? What did I need? That would be good. This would be good. And, oh, I don't want to, I don't think I need that, actually. Alright, charge shot. Okay. That. Okay. So, Jesus Christ, I'm massive. He's chunky, boys. But, so yeah, I'm checking out the Morpher, and I'm kind of like looking for my bearings, and I find some landmarks that can help me out. But before I can exit the forest, a couple of the monsters show up, and the main monster of the day is like, "Oh, look, a pathetic ranger, like back at it again to try to defeat my master. Like, well, let's just make this quick, all right?" And I'm like, Ranger, you've got me mistaken for somebody else, because I don't see nobody Rangers here, and I try to like fake hide the Morpher behind my back, because like, he probably didn't I just get rid of this? Bruh. It was destined to be. And I was like, oh no, there's no Ranger here, so I just like try to hide it behind my back, and I'm like, no, come on, man, it just got somebody else. Are you sure he wasn't over there? And I try to like point, and it's like, dude, I'm not gonna fall for that. I'm like, okay, so they like, and then I have to like, and then you can clearly see the visible sweat on my face, like, oh no, it's not that type of campy. I can't camp my way out of this one. Ooh, no, come on. No. Ow, ooh, Jesus. Like, come on, please don't explode. I'm like, oh no, I can't do the campy, antics anymore. It doesn't work on these guys. So, I try to like, bullshit my way out of it, kind of make up some, wee woo, Jesus, wee woo. Huh? Oh, I really wish I had my shield back. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Ooh. Charge mine. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yikes. Ew. Okay. Alright, everything's fine. Okay, excuse me. So anyways, I try to like, sort of bullshit my way into kind of I'm like, oh no, I'm not a ranger and all that stuff, just so I can kind of stall for the rangers. And now you're trying to stall for time, aren't you? So your other little ranger pals will come on. Like, dude, again, like, what is this, a Saturday morning cartoon? Like that, I was, you're just like, I was hoping it would be, but thankfully the Rangers do, like, immediately come as soon as he says that. They immediately arrive as soon as he said it. And so I was like, oh, okay, ooh, finally the actual heroes of the story can, take this guy down. And they're like, alright, and they just turn to me and like, before you start going off with that, before you try to run off with that Morpher, like, before you get any ideas and try to run off with that Morpher, we're gonna need you to, like, sit down. So, so one of the Rangers kind of uses, use a technique that, like, kind of sticks me to a tree, like, on a tree branch that I can't really get off of. And they just sort of leave me there while they take care of the monster, the monster of the day. And I'm just like, wow, I really wish I could do all that cool flips and dips and stuff. And, they do their techniques, and they beat up the monster, and kind of like, he's like, I'll get you next time, and then kind of like teleports away before they can actually like take him down. They could like properly take him down, which gives them enough time to sort of recuperate and figure out why the hell my goofy ass has the blue Morpher. So, I do kind of settle down, and they turn off their armor and whatnot, and kind of like try to figure out like what's going on with me and why the hell I have the Morpher. And I'm kind of like trying to hold in my enthusiasm because like, oh, these guys are actual Power Rangers. I'm like, they did all the cool moves and tricks, and I'm just fanboying at this point. Do I want this? Yes, I want that. Yes, I'm just like fanboying at this point. I'm like, oh, you guys are like, dude, that was so cool, and the way you did the way that like sword move that you did was like amazing, and the way he like swung around his spear, like, dude, like I could barely see it, and I'm just like in there, just like, all right, dude, stop, like, listen, like, before you go, like, listen, don't get any ideas about trying to like be a ranger. This is not like all fun and games. And I know you probably hear this a lot of times, but like, listen, like, being a hero is not as all cracked up to be. It's really dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, and you can't just be some teenager with attitude. Play on the Power Rangers original. You can't just be some teenager with attitude and expect to save the world, like, just to save the world in one day. That's not how it works. And I'm like, wow, all right, just first of all, rude. Secondly, like, who says I can't be a ranger? Like that, like, well, if you're a ranger, try to morph. And I'm like, oh, it's one of those trials. So I'm like internally thinking, I'm like, oh, it's one of those trials again. So I'm like, all right, I already know that what's gonna happen. I'm gonna try to morph, and it's not gonna actually work. So just, if you really don't think I'm good enough to be a ranger, then here, just take your morpher back. And even though, like, it pains me to kind of like give it up to them, because like I really wanted to do morphing ranger stuff, but I already knew that I don't really have what it takes to be a full ranger, like, 24/7. Especially since I don't have any training, and I'm not gonna try to like do anything stupid to get myself killed. So inevitably and regrettably, I just hand over the morpher to them, and I just leave them to their own devices. But the Red Ranger, the main leader of the group, was like, listen, if the grid did pick you, we might consider you to be, like, if the grid did pick you eventually, you could be a ranger one day. Like, everyone has the potential to be one. It's just that, you have to be chosen by the grid. And I'm like, yeah, I know the whole hero spiel. Don't, like, listen, I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep at night later. Just, like, go on and go save the world. I'm not gonna impede you any longer. So then cue to like the next day, and I'm kind of just like, man, I really wish I could have still been a ranger, though. Like, still really upset about it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk. Need this. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm still pissed off that I couldn't have been a ranger, but I'm like, yeah, again, I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk, and maybe I should just kind of cut my losses. That the grid just didn't pick me, and like, it's really all I can do. Like, there's not really much I can do. But, the next day, it's another one of Rita's monsters shows up, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm just looking at the Rangers swooping in, and then beating up the monster, and then, doing their pose, and then kind of leave. And then, again, another monster shows up. And it just goes on for, like, a couple of months, where just monsters kept showing up every single time, and they had to go and beat them. I'm like, yeah, you know what? They are right. That is kind of annoying that they just keep doing that. Like, how often the monsters show up. Like, but one day, while out and about trying to, like, get some stuff done, for the most part, I happened to notice that there was another monster in the general vicinity, and I'm like, oh, the Ranger's gonna take care of this one. Like, it's not really much I can do. And eventually the Rangers do show up, but the monster, like, gets away and starts terrorizing another part of the town that the Rangers weren't actually able to get to. So, which happened to be where I was just chilling at. And I'm like, oh, the Rangers are gonna come and get this guy, right? Like, he's not, like, should I step in? And, I'm trying to kind of, like, figure out what the hell to actually do. But, like, since nobody's getting hurt or anything, I don't really know if I need to. That is until, that is until, and as cliche as this is going to be, a school bus of children get attacked. Yes, don't sue me. Roll for initiative. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's way too campy. They've got to come out here. And I'm like, but no, the Rangers weren't able to show up because, again, they're still fighting another monster in another part of town. And they didn't actually see him leave, so they had to kind of like deal with the monster there to kind of take him out. And I'm like, okay, well, even if the grid isn't going to choose me, I'm still going to kind of take these guys down because I don't want these kids getting hurt or the teacher that's with them. So I'm like, I help the teacher kind of evacuate and all the other people as well. But then I see a little kid, getting surrounded by a couple of the monsters and, the main bad guy of the day. And he's like, well, if only the Rangers were here to save your little ass. And I'm like, well, there is one Ranger out here, and that's me, my dumb ass. And I'm like, you know what, that came out a lot better in my head. Hold on, wait, let me try that again. But, he's not really in the mood for any game, so, he just tosses the kid to me, and he's like, alright, if you want to be a Ranger, save these kids. And I'm like, I sorely misjudged I have thoroughly misjudged what is going on right now. But since I can't really, go back now, since there's no real way to sort of leave this encounter, I have to, be a Ranger, or at least try to be one. And to no one's surprise, the monsters immediately gang up on me and beat the ever-loving crap out of me. Of course, I'm not really going to be deterred because Rangers show up and I'm like, that's cool, but the Rangers don't focus on me, they focus on the monster, the main guy, and not the person who's getting his ass handed to him 6 ways till Sunday. But then I'm just like, well, while I'm constantly fighting the monsters off and, trying to make sure that the other kids and everything are alright, I'm just like, well, if the Rangers aren't really going to, focus on saving me or the citizens right now, I guess I could try to, step in and do it. So I'm punching the monsters away, I'm trying to, practice using any sort of, techniques that I've learned from watching a bunch of dumb animes and TV shows. I'm like, even though I'm not really as strong as the Rangers are, I'm still going to try to do something to help them out. So through grit, spit alone, I'm just punching them off, and eventually one of the Rangers notices, hey, yo, isn't that the guy from a few weeks ago? What is he doing here? Just leave him be. Oh, is he trying to play hero again? Just leave him be. If he wants to play hero, he can go right ahead. And they were like, no, we should probably help him. He could use some help. He's like, no, we've got way more important problems to deal with than just one dude. If the sacrifice of one dude outweighs the need, or the sacrifice. How does that proverb go? It's the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Something like that, just if one person kind of gets fucked up for the sake of everyone, it's not really going to be the worst thing that possibly happened, which is a terrible way to look at life, but, that's just how the saying goes because reasons or whatever. So I'm still getting my ass handed to me, but I'm not really upset about it because I'm still helping out the people, and I don't want them to get hurt. So as long as they're not getting hurt, then I should be fine. I'll just wait. I'll just try to tough it out until the Rangers can take care of the monster, and then it'll clean up and the day will be saved and I'll be fine. But the longer I kept trying to but despite my best efforts to try to hold out and sort of, try to tough it out, I'm not really as strong, especially without my morpher. So those guys are really wailing on me. And even though it was really painful and I kind of wanted to quit, I'm like, no, I just hold out. If I just keep holding out, I'll be fine. This is how it goes every time. They beat the monster, then the other guys, then their like little construct creations kind of dissipate. So, like, I'm just gonna keep holding out. And I know it's a dumb idea, and I knew it was a dumb idea, but I got into this mess, so I'm just gonna, like, I might as well see it to the end. But while I'm fighting off the monsters, and, you know, they're clearly handing my ass on a silver platter, I'm singing Power Rangers themes. I'm like, you know, just humming them to myself because I don't really know how else to sort of handle it. So I'm just like, and I'm just kind of like sitting there singing and like humming different Power Rangers themes that I've heard throughout the decades while fighting off the monsters. And I'm like, but then eventually I'm like, if the grid really doesn't want me to be a ranger and stuff, then maybe I can find some other way to be like I start having the realization that I'm like, they're not gonna come for me, because, you know, it's way too long. Like, I've been fighting these guys off for like half an hour now, and the Rangers are still taking their sweet ass time to like beat the monsters, which is starting to get like a little bit taxing. And I'm like, okay, now I kind of really wish I had the morphing grid, like something, like a little bit, just a small bit of power. And it's selfish, I know, but I could really use like a little something to keep me just alive at this point. Like, I don't want to be a full ranger just for a moment, just a small brief moment. I just want to morph because I need to be able to take these guys off. But that's when I see that the kids and the teacher are actually getting ganged up by the monsters as well, and the teacher is trying to do the same thing that I was doing, was fighting off the monsters. I'm like, oh hell no! I'm not gonna let the teachers don't get paid enough for this, and now they're trying to get their ass. Like, I don't want to see the teacher getting hurt either. Like, they don't get paid enough for this. So I literally just, with all my force, punch all the monsters off of me, and then run over to like jump in front of the teacher so the teacher doesn't have to get, you know, hurt as well. And I'm like, now I have a reason to hunker down. I don't care how hard the monsters hit me or how much it hurts. I'm going to keep these guys safe. And that's when it strikes me. A giant, massive, bright blue thunderbolt from the heavens gives me just a little bit of that morphin power. And using that power using that power with righteous intentions, I punch a monster clean through its chest, and it disintegrates. And with that, I'm like, I have the power now. And I'm like, oh, these monsters are in for a treat. Again, not as strong as the other not as strong as the other Rangers, but that's not gonna stop me. So, being the goofy, dumbass kid that I am, you know, I start singing themes, because I'm just like, while punching off the monsters, I'm like, go go Power Rangers, do boo doo doo, go go Power Rangers. And I'm like, it's morphin' time, even though I don't have a morpher. And I'm like, it's morphin' time, and I'm just like, yeah, puh. And I just start punching the guys off, and I'm just like, yeah, take this, go Fury Strike, yeah. And I'm like, SPD, like, looks like it's an SPD emergency, go Ranger Strike. And I'm just doing dumb flips and stuff. I'm like, yeah, even though I fall on my face like multiple times doing the flips. But you can see I've just, it's the heart, it's the thought that counts, surely. So I'm just doing dumb flips and falling on my face. I'm punching the guys off, and I'm like, you're not gonna be able to hit me when I do, yeah, the Falcon Strike, yeah, go Mystic Blast. And I'm just kind of like making dumb references to all the Ranger stuff, like Overdrive Punch. And and again, I'm just smiling the entire time, even though they're punching me and I'm clearly outclassed by like the 30 or so monsters surrounding me. I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. And that's when the other Rangers start to take heed, like, wait, is he wait, is he seriously fighting these guys off right now? And he's like, and I'm like, wait, don't tell me. And the Red Ranger's like, oh god, the morphing grid did not. It didn't, did it? And it, like, and the others are like, no, no, no. Look at the morpher in your hand. And they look at the blue morpher, like, sitting in their hand, and it's like, and he looks at the blue morpher in his hand, he's like, it did. Oh god. Like, hey, kid. And I'm like, what? Like, while I'm punching a dude in the face, like, what? Like, with the deepest regret in my voice, I have to say, like, even though it pains me to say this, the morpher the morphing grid chose you. So, can you just do your whatever the hell you're gonna do and morph already, so you can help us out? And I'm like, really? Oh snap, it did. Like, I was like, oh snap, okay, be professional, be professional. And of course I can't be professional within an inch of my life. I'm smiling like an idiot the entire time, so and I'm like, I stand up triumphantly, stretch out my legs, stretch out my ligaments, and I'm like, without further ado, it's morphin' time. And the morpher flies over to my hand, you know, and I'm like, it flies into my hand. I'm like, all right, do the little katas, and then it doesn't work, and I'm like, did I miss something here? Like, how do I do the thing? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's not morphing time. You have to do it in the correct sequence. I'm like, well, what's the sequence? I'm like, it's link to the morphing grid. The sequence is link to the morphing grid, and then you have to click the button, and then it's kind of, now it's morphing time. Like, oh, okay, so it's like this. And then I do another kata, and I'm like, alright, link to the morphing grid. And then I slam the morpher onto my chest, and I'm like, now it's morphing time. And cue the music, and the fucking fanfare is going off and crazy. I'm just like, go Power Rangers. And instead of like letting the actual background music do it, I'm like actively singing it to myself while transforming. I'm like, and go Power Rangers, ooh, and I'm like, and I'm just going off on it. I'm just like, do. Like, go Power Rangers, protecting past, present, future, Power Ranger, and I'm like, I'm just giddy as hell while the entire transformation sequence happens. And eventually, once the dust clears and the explosions go off behind me, I'm in the most stunning Blue Ranger outfit ever. Like, I am the Vortex Ranger. I'm the Blue Vortex Ranger. Like, you know, choo, and, you know, like the camera angles and stuff and the fucking explosions again. Like, and Vortex Rangers fear no danger. Another explosion and stuff. And they're just like, oh my god, he's so campy. And like, shut up! This campiness is what this campiness is the greatest thing that has ever existed. Don't you take all this away from me. Like, don't you dare take this away from me. This campiness has been my dream since I was fucking born, dude. And so, you know, I jump in, I'm like, I don't really know exactly what I'm doing at all. Again, like, since I've been saying this from the start, like, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but, like, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna do some kind of strike or something cool, something flashy, just to kind of, like, you know, really make my mark on the Ranger team. And I'm like, alright, I draw my sword out, I'm like, I got a sword and shield, like that. So I'm like, alright, Falcon, strike! And again, nothing happens. I'm like, okay, what, like, am I missing something? Like, and then I, like, start tapping the sword around. I'm like, okay, is there a button I'm supposed to press? And then suddenly a giant falcon-shaped strike just flies off in front of me and blasts through, like, half of the monsters there. I'm like, oh, let's do that again. So I'm just with the Rangers, even though I'm not doing as well as they are, I'm still kind of like fumbling my way into it, you know, with the moves. I'm like, you know, Falcon dive, and I kind of like fail, but like the ground cracks beneath me, which still blows the other guys away and stuff. It's really goofy, and I'm kind of like not really super serious about it, and they're a bit the Red Ranger is really upset that I'm not kind of taking the whole Ranger motif and everything about it seriously, but the other Rangers are like, no, just let him have fun. He's like enjoying himself. Like, we used to have fun like this back in the day, so you can't blame him for being this excited. Everyone all of us wanted to be Power Rangers. All of us wanted to be Rangers at one point. So when the Morphin Grid finally did, you know, accept us as Rangers for our heroic deeds, you know, we were excited too. Like, don't you remember the first time you became a Ranger? And the Red Ranger, you know, kind of like looks at the rest of his team. He's like, yeah, I guess I can't blame him. Like, and if I remember correctly, I was the giddiest out of all of us. But you know, after seeing so many of you Rangers fall to, like, you know, villains and, you know, other stuff, it kind of, you know, took a toll on me. So I can understand. Like, so I guess I shouldn't have been so hard on the kid the first time. Like, yeah, like, and, you know, the other Ranger's like, yeah, we know, you know, yeah, we know that you're not trying to be too rough on him, but, like, come on, just, you know, have a little fun with it. Like, he does have a point. We should have a little fun with it. Like, saving the day with you guys is like, I love saving the day with you guys. It's why I became a Ranger. Like, so, just to kind of, like, you know, humor me, and, you know, because they were, you know, they wanted to bring that, like, that fun aspect back to their, you know, daily routine. They're like, hey kid, watch this, and I'm like, what? And they just like, and they're like Fury Fang, Wolf Strike, pew, pew, and they just start doing, like, giant wolves start summoning out of the floor, and they start taking guys down, and he's like, all right, echoing Pulsar, and then pew, and then, like, the Green Ranger like pew, pew, and just shooting out giant sonic waves everywhere, and the fucking the polar bear Ranger's like, a glacial fissure, and he just slams his sword down, and giant ice spikes go everywhere. I'm like, yo, they're doing the thing. And I'm like, and then we're finally just having a little bit of fun with it, you know. We're all just, like, tag teaming off of one another, doing cool strikes and flips, which, again, I'm gonna try to make as many homages to the other, like, teams, like Jungle Fury, Dino Thunder, like Operation Overdrive, Mystic Force, just as many Ranger teams as I can, like, in their mannerisms, their katas, their designs, just the whole ordeal. Of course, the episode is going to be, hopefully I'm going to make it like if I can, I'm going to try to make the episode like a two-parter, where, like, the first part is just, you know, me learning the ropes and kind of, like, figuring out how to be a Morpher for the first time, and then the second half of the episode is when the Rita Repulsa stand-in is like, oh, you Rangers think you've bested me this time, but you'll never be able to defeat my monster. And then she does a magical spell and makes the monster grow to an unreasonable size. And they're like me, wait, don't tell me, is it time? And I'm like, and the Red Ranger's like, okay, yeah, it's time. We gotta pull it off. And since you're new to the Ranger team, do you want to have the honors of calling up the Zords? Like, or, you know, I wouldn't call them the Zords, but I call them, like, the Guardians. Like, you want to call up the Guardians? I'm like, yes. And I'm like, so with fucking all the bravado and, like, trying to keep it in a slightly more serious tone, I'm like, all right, summon Vortex Guardians! And, you know, I throw my, like, Morpher into the air, and that signals the beacon to call the Guardians up. No! Ow. No! I'm trying to talk, man. I'm trying to have... I was trying to talk and have fun, man. Dude, Anyway, so I call up the Guardians, and they're like, you know, there's a giant wolf, there's a giant beetle, a lion, Cause yeah, it's a giant wolf, a beetle, a lion, a bat, a polar bear, and a dragon. But the the Blue Ranger's mech, which is a falcon, like didn't show up yet. So I'm like, oh, where did my mech get blown up or something? And they're like, oh no, that's not supposed to happen. Hold on. So they have to, ow, ow. So they, so while they're trying to like, since they can't really give me a good explanation, since the monster's kind of showing up, they have to like jump into their mechs real quick. And they're like, all right, just talk to your morpher and see where the falcon is. And I'm like, all right. So while they're off fighting the giant monster and stuff, and doing their best to kind of like take him down, like I have to sit there for a minute and there's way too many dudes here. Like Jesus. Like I just sit down for a minute and sort of like try to talk to the morpher. I'm like, hey, Falcon, sir, ma'am, Creed guy, I don't know, where are you? And it takes me into this like sort of pseudo dreamscape where the blue falcon spirit resides, and he's like, oh, so you're the new ranger, aren't you? And I'm like, well, yeah, the morphin grid kind of chose me to be the new ranger. That's not a problem, is it? Like no. But can you please tell me one thing before I lend you my power? Like, yeah? Like, what is it? Why do you want to be a ranger so badly? And just kind of quietly to myself, I'm like, well, I mean, for countless years, I've watched dozens of Power Rangers teams like fighting evil together as like one cohesive unit, and they've always had a good time doing it, even when things got tough, or even when like the world kind of seemed at its end. They were always there together. So a part of me just wants to do this because I want to have fun, and I think it's just really cool to sort of to be a ranger, as dumb as that may seem. But another part of me just wants to help out. I want to be a ranger to help as many people as I can, to save the world, and to, just do my part in this thing. I know it's really campy and it's kind of, childish of me to say, but like, I just kind of want to be a ranger to help people out and have fun. It's kind of been a childhood dream of mine. And the Blue Falcon nods approvingly. It's like, well then, funnily enough, the Blue Ranger before you felt the same way. Like, it's hard to see Rangers go, and it's hard to accept that you might not be able to, do this job forever, but at the same time, that's just wrong. Come on, don't put them both at the same. They put them both at. Anyways, like, it might be hard to, even though it's really hard to see Rangers go, and it kind of sucks to be the one to, it kind of sucks to have to see them go like that, to die in battle, or to just, retire eventually. It is refreshing to see new eyes like yours take up the mantle and, do what's right. Even if it's not, always fun, or it's really dangerous, you should take up the mantle and do what's right no matter the cost. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what my dad usually tells me a lot of the times, try to do good unto others and all that stuff. So I want to do right by the world and protect them. So, with that, I exit the dreamscape, and the Blue Falcon, with a majestic cry, soars overhead, and I'm like, alright, you guys, let's fucking go! So I jump into my mech, and I'm like, alright, so I have no idea what I'm doing, but I have no idea what I'm doing again, so what's the new gimmick I have to learn this time with the giant falcon? And they're like, oh, you're finally here. Alright, listen, it's very simple. Just try not to die. I'm like, wow, no shit, Sherlock. Like, internally, I'm like, wow, no shit, Sherlock. But, you know, the controls kind of, like, are instinctively in the, you know, the morpher, so I can just sort of fly it around and shoot it with the cool laser beams out of its eyes and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, well, you don't gotta tell me twice. Laser beams? What's next? What's next? A giant storm of feathers or something? And suddenly, all the feathers on the mech just shoot off and then just rain hellfire upon the rain hellfire on the monster. And I'm like, oh, can we do that again? Because again, I'm just having the time of my life over here. But eventually the monster's like, all right, you guys, we've had fun. I've had enough fun toying with you guys. Now it's time for me to show you my true power. And, you know, he gets a massive, you know, power boost that kind of knocks our mechs around. And I'm like, oh no. Like, oh no. Come on, I just got the mech working. Don't do this to me, man. Like, come on, man, don't do this to me. I just got the mech working. You can't take this away from me now. And they're like, no. You, like, don't worry. This happens all the time. They think they've won. We just give them a minute to, like, have their little glory speech, and then we bust out the true form of the Guardian. I'm like, if that's what I think it is. Like, alright, can I do it to this one too? Like that, like, alright, yeah, sure, fine, come on, calm down, kid. Like, you're gonna have a hernia at this point. And I'm like, alright, like, let me compose myself. Zords, combine! And I, like, slam the morpher into, like, the ignition port, and I just twist it as hard as I can, and with the energies combined and the powers flowing through the mechs, it's just, they start slowly clinking into one another, like, you just spinning into other pieces. Like, this guy turns into the arm, and then the other one becomes like a cool armor piece for this one, and then the sword and the shield, and all the other, like, Zords start, you know, mashing and clinking together. And I'm like, they're doing the thing! And then, boom, standing tall, triumphantly over the town, the giant Vortex Guardian, in its truest form, has arisen. And they're like, and I'm like, yes! Like, I'm in a Megazord! And they're like, dude, stop screaming. It's like, if you really are going to be a ranger, you're going to get to do this, like, every day. Like, yeah, but you always remember the first time you do it, and I want to make it as memorable as possible. Son of a... Like, can I please have my rant about the fucking cool Power Ranger stuff without dying every 2 seconds? So I'm like, yeah, like, come on, I want to make this one as memorable as possible. Like that. Like, yeah, alright, he is right, that is, like, alright, just try not to do anything too crazy. And, of course, being the childish bastard that I am, I'm like, I'm gonna do something crazy. So, taking the initiative away from Blue, no. Dude, stop. 5 seconds, stop. Please, stop. Alright, thank you. You know what? I'm just gonna I'm gonna use the build that I had last time. Like, and I'm gonna do something crazy. So I'm like, all right, Falcon Strike, and the Megazord, responding to my actions, does a super powerful version of the Falcon Strike to knock the dude back a bit. I'm like, yes! Just screaming at the top of my lungs, like, this is the greatest day of my life. Like, nothing could ever compare to how awesome this is. And they're just like, even though they're like, wow, he's just so fucking ridiculous, they're at the same time, they're kind of like, yeah, you know what, let's just go ham. Let's have some fun with it. So we start following each other's, like, we start matching each other's movements. And it's like, all right, Red Fury, Wolf Strike, and then pew, giant wolves go out and start smacking the monster around. And he's like, Pharaoh's Plague, Beetle Swarm, and then giant beetles descend upon him, like, you know, just from the sky and stuff. And he's like, get them off me. And he's like, wow, talk about, like, excuse me. And I'm like, wow, don't let the bed bugs bite, am I right? And he's just, and, you know, oh, excuse me. And I'm like, wow, don't let the bed bugs bite, am I right? And they're just like, bruh, stop with the jokes. And then he's like, Lion's God, like primal regalia. And then a giant crown of thunder comes appears above our head that summons a massive bolt of lightning that just strikes him down. Like a massive bolt of lightning in the form of a lion just comes down and fucking tears and rips into him. And like, it just, all that stuff, just everyone does a cool move and whatnot and just try to beat him up. Ow, 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 ow. And the entire time I'm just gushing and I just can't. I literally just can't. I tried my hardest not to be some campy, like, goofy bastard, but I just couldn't. It was too much. It was simply too much for me to bear. Alright, are you guys almost done? You got this, don't worry. And boom. And throughout the entire fight, we're trying to, like, I'm cracking jokes as best I can, or when I can, and just and the monster is, you know, getting smacked around 6 ways till Sunday. Ow. Keep them alive, boys. I'm smacking the monster around 6 ways till Sunday, just having a good old time. Ouch. Loaded mines? Like, cause I honestly just couldn't help it. It was so much fun. And the fucking Rita Repulsa stand is like, no, you can't defeat my monster that easily. Like, I'll just make him even stronger. And then so she tries to make him even stronger, and oh no, we're not about to let that happen. Like, right, guys? And I'm like, oh, what are we gonna do now? What is this time? Like, and before we let the monster, you know, kind of get its bearings together and the super power up from the Rita Repulsa stand in, the Red Ranger does a pose and like strikes a pose, and everyone does it as well. And I'm like, oh, we're doing the combined technique. So I pose with them and following their movements. He's like, Vortex Rangers, link up, and then fucking we strike one more pose, and then it charges up the energy within our bodies and charges up the energy within the sword. And it was like, it's gonna happen. And they're like, final strike, divine judgment. And then with one single strike, a giant pure white sword from the heaven comes down atop the monster, slicing him in half. And he's like, no, it can't be. I can't lose like this. And he just explodes into a million fucking pieces. And then fucking Rita's like, no, it can't be. I'll get you next time, Rangers. And she gets sent back to the fucking, to the ethos and shit. And I'm like, oh is she gonna come? Like, no. Like, no, wait, we should go after her. We don't want to, like, leave her to come back. She might start more trouble. Like, and he's like, that, and Red Ranger's like, that's the spirit. Like, well, like, you, hope you don't got any, like, hope you, don't mind a little space travel, because we're gonna go after her. Like that. But, don't worry, kid. If you have anything you need to do on Earth, you can always come back to it using your morpher. And I'm like, ooh. Like, well, I mean, I don't got anything planned today, so I might as well, go and take this Power Rangers trip to space. Maybe even a lost galaxy, perhaps. Like that. Like, I feel like you're... And they're just like, I feel like he's quoting something, but I'm not really sure what. I feel like he's quoting something, like, but I just can't figure out what. So, the episode kind of ends with, like, the Rita stand-in flying through space, and then us, taking the Megazord and flying off after her to kind of, keep doing what we're doing as being Rangers. And that right there is how I kind of want the episode to go, because I want to do Ranger. I just want to do a Power Rangers thing so badly, and my brain simply cannot. Like, I've tried my hardest, but it's just, I want to do the Power Rangers. I love Power Rangers so much. They mean the absolute world to me. So is Transformers, and everything that I've watched, every anime, every cartoon, all of it means so much to me. Like, and it means a lot to other people too. So, like, you can't go wrong with, having a Ranger, having an homage to the Rangers, or in general. If people make, like, to be honest, if people make parodies and references to other sources of media, as a creator of said, like, piece, it's got to be the most refreshing feeling in the world, like, to have people do that for you, to have people, like, love your stuff so much that they're cosplaying the characters, creating fan art, fan music, like, their own projects. Because some of the stuff I've seen for Power Rangers and stuff is just, the cosplays are awesome. I've watched a series that was like a fan-made series of Power Rangers, and that was so cool. I'm still waiting for the next episode too. Like in the music that people have created, like, there's an album that I listen to, like, constantly of, like, somebody doing, like, a guitar version of all of the Power Rangers themes, and it's just music to my fucking ears, both figuratively and literally. Like, it's so good. Like, it's even gotten to the point where I'm like, when I listen to the song, like, listen to the entire, like, album, I'm constantly, like, singing it in my spare time, like, putting the lyrics to the actual tune, like for just putting the lyrics to the actual tunes of them, and I'm like, it warms my fucking heart, because I like, every show that I've ever watched in media has given me that level, like, especially if it's a really good show, has given me that level of, like, I wish I was there, I wish I was a character there. I've always wanted to be a really cool, I've always wanted to be, like, a jet-style Transformer, because I fucking love, I love airplanes and stuff, so I'm like, I wanted to be a cool Transformer-style jet, flying around and transforming and doing the, like, the cool power-ups, like the Energon keys, or the like the combining thing, like, all of those just look so cool. I've wanted to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, just, like, even though I know there's only supposed to be 4 of them, I wouldn't mind being, like, a temporary 5th member, maybe, or, like, an alternate universe version of maybe one of the original Turtles, or hell, even making my own Turtle Squad team that are, like, the kids to the original guys. Like, I wouldn't mind being, like, the kid of Leonardo, or maybe Michelangelo, and just, like, so, just, like, taking down bad guys, or some future incarnation of the Shredder, or one of their villains being like, it's cowabunga time, dudes! And I'm like, just keeping that same campy energy, because if you're gonna make a show, you can't take away from the core of what makes that show, super good, because that's what people keep trying to do with all the newer iterations of shows. And I'm like, stop doing that. The campiness and the weird antics that the characters go on, that's what makes them them. That's what keeps them in their, like, that's their most recognizable features. You can't take that away from the characters themselves, otherwise they're not really the characters anymore. They're just kind of like facilities, they're like former shells of themselves, pun intended, for you to just kind of like for you to just, I don't know, make a quick buck with, which just feels so wrong to do. Especially when the creators put so much time and effort into making those Mighty Morphin Rangers, those, like, those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and all the guys, just all of them. Like, that's what they are, down to their core. Half-shelled heroes, teens with attitude, Transformers who got the touch, the power, like all of it just was what makes them them. Which is, and even for some series that I've kind of like fallen off of and that kind of left a bad taste, some things have left a bad taste in my mouth and show wise, but again, for what they are, I still can't get mad at them. Like Ruby, Ruby, like the earlier seasons of Ruby, some later seasons aren't bad, but just what hooked me on Ruby was their weapons. Oh my god, I love the combining weapons, because it reminded me so much of Bloodborne, and god, I love combining weapons. Oh, they're so good. Because, like, the mechanic in Bloodborne is that weapons switch stances. Like, the weapons, if you flick a button, like click the switch weapon button, it kind of like turns it from a sword, and then and then the sheath of the sword is like a giant hammer that you can use. Or like this standard like cane is a normal cane that you could poke enemies with, but then if you switch a weapon, it becomes a giant whip that you can use around. Wait, oh fuck, hold on. It's a crab! But, like, the cane would turn into a giant whip that you can slash enemies with, and or you could take this, like, this saw blade, and then it would turn into a giant, like, killer buzzsaw thing, and I'm like, it's so cool, like, it just needs more of that. But then eventually, because, I don't know, maybe animation was a bit constrained or something else, but they kind of stopped doing the whole, like, animation sequences where, like, the characters would pull out their weapons and the weapons would, like, slowly configure themselves into, like, the scythe or a shotgun or something else of that accord. I'm like, no, like, you can't take out that part. It was really cool. And I'm like, I can't blame them, and I'm not gonna, like, I understand that probably it's really hard it might not be the best thing for them to do all the time, but again, it really sucks to see it kind of go, a lot of stuff. And in media, I swear to all that is good and holy, why does everyone want to hurt Spider-Man so much? Like, what did he do? Like, like, I don't know if it's just me or, like, I don't know if I'm the crazy one or something, but why does every single person seem to hate Spider-Man for some reason? And I'm not talking about J. Jonah Jameson, because that's just in-world, like, I understand Jameson's, like, point of, like he's kind of doing a lot. He should kind of handle the situations by the book in certain cases, so, so there's not a lot of property damage or people getting hurt or that type of ordeal, but again, I don't understand why Spider-Man can't just have a nice, happy life. Because I know I said this before in another, like, video or something, which hopefully you guys are nice enough to check them out. And maybe subscribe or whatever if you feel like it and all that jazz. But, I probably said this in another video, but, like, people really seem to hate Spider-Man for some reason because they try to retcon his marriage with Mary Jane, and they just generally, and even in some of the newer movies with fucking Tom Holland being the new Spider-Man, like, they just seem to really, really fucking hate Spider-Man for some reason. Cause he's just getting bullied left, right, and center, and he just can't get a girlfriend or friends or anything. He just has to live in this constant state of dejected, just bleh. And I'm like, no, you give him something. Let him live. Let him cook. Like, you can't bully him forever, man. This is not cool. Like, I don't know what the hell he did to make you guys so upset. Does he owe you money? Like, you're just bullying him for no reason. He's just a boy. Even though, like, the way they keep doing Spider-Man nowadays, like, why does he keep getting younger? Like, every time they do Spider-Man, he's just gonna... And not Mary Jane, Aunt May keeps getting younger as well. Like, you guys can't just play like an old lady and like a dude in his like teenage years, or like a middle-aged dude, because Spider-Man's in like his, what, 30s now, I think? Like, he's at least like late 20s, early 30s at least. Like, y'all guys can't just let him have a fucking girlfriend to bust a nut in once or twice? I know as vulgar as that sounds, but like, you can't let a man... He didn't want to let the man bust a nut once or twice? Like, oh my god. Can't you just let a brother... Can't you help a brother out? Like, bruh. But, you know, that's just neither here nor there. But, again, again, at being a fanatic for comic books, TV shows, animes, and cartoons and whatnot, I do love Spider-Man. Spider-Man and Iron Man are like two of my favorite characters. Like, Iron Man mostly because I love the armors and the kind of cool tech that he can come up with, and Spider-Man because I just love how free and like happy he is all the time. He's like the most happy-go-lucky dude, like, out of the entire team. Every time he comes in there, he's just like let me do a little quip right here, and what you guys doing? Like, hey, how's it going, guys? Like, I hope you get you know, like, oh no, I hope you guys don't have a tiny knife. That's my only weakness. You know, just dumb shit like that. And it's campy, it's goofy, but it's him. It's Spider-Man. Like, and when I was watching a Let's Play of the Spider-Man game, both Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, you know, those two games, like seeing like Peter being more of a mentor, like, you know, having him, he's been doing the Spider-Man thing for a long time. You could tell just by the little nuances of his, like, the way he moves and the way he talks and stuff, you can really tell he's been Spider-Man for a long time. Because unlike Miles, whose swinging is like really weird, and like it's like his swinging isn't perfect and it's kind of like more free flowing and out there, Peter's has a more rigid and kind of like knowledgeable sense of like, oh, I gotta swing here and I need to throw my web there. Like, he has more knowledge of it, and like yeah, you could tell the difference just by them swinging, and it's such a great attention to detail in game that like you can see the difference between them. Like, he's been a this guy is Spider-Man. Like, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Like, and I won't accept any other person. As for superheroes in DC, Barry Allen the Flash, he is my favorite superhero. Because, again, he's just got that fun, campy, like, happy-go-lucky spirit. He's just a fast speedster, and he's just doing cool stuff. Even though he's been able to time travel and vibrate his molecules through solid objects and all that power that he's got, he's just been happy and having fun. Like, like, dude, I'm right behind you. And then he would zip over to, like, the other side, like, I'm actually right over here. And then zip and, like, you know, do that little campy stuff. God, I just miss Justice League Animated. I'm sorry, I just miss Justice League Animated. It was such a good show. And especially Superman's speech. Like, my dad and I adore that fucking speech, because it's just the speech that Superman gives to Darkseid about how he has to constantly how he's constantly living in a world full of eggshells and cardboard boxes where anything he does could potentially hurt somebody if he's not careful with it. But for fighting Darkseid, he can literally just go off and not have to worry about it. So he decks the shit out of Darkseid, and it's such a good scene. And also, as weird as Lex Luthor is, I honestly can't blame him. Just like how I can't blame J. Jonah Jameson for his feedback against Spider-Man, I also can't blame Lex Luthor for his for the way he kind of treats Superman. He's like, yeah, I'm like, the reason I'm trying to kind of beat Superman, or the way why I'm doing all this stuff is because I don't want people to rely so heavily on superheroes that they'll literally kill themselves just waiting for a superhero to arrive. Because, if a superhero can't get to them in time, are they really just going to sit there on their laurels and just let themselves get killed or taken away by some monster or something? Because superheroes, as powerful as most superheroes are, as powerful as superheroes are, they don't always have the time or the resources or the power to actually save every single person in existence. There's time where they could fail, and there's times where they could, there's the chance that they can actually lose. So people shouldn't sit down on their laurels to try to just hope that the superhero will be there to save them. And again, I understand that completely. Even as fast as a Flash is, or as strong as Superman is, there's a chance that some creature or some kind of disaster might happen where they can't be in every place all at once. So, and I know there's a shit ton of superheroes everywhere, but there's still a chance that they might not be able to save the day all the time. And I'm not saying that I want the superheroes to fail, or that I like the terrifying ending of them not being able to save the day. I hate those scenarios. The superhero not good, having good and justice not win out in the end terrifies me. I don't like it one bit. I want to see the superheroes win. I want to see the bad guy kind of get beat for the day and stuff. And again, this comes from the campiness of old cartoons and anime and stuff, but I really do want to see the heroes win. I want to see them believably win, though. You can't just bullshit your way out of it with some new power-up that you found at the last second, or the power of friendship, which is getting way too overdone. I actually want to see you believably win through your own merit and your own skill. You've been practicing this shit for years, so when it comes down to you fighting the final boss, which is why I love RPGs and grinding and, that type of mechanic, is through my own merit, through my own skill, through countless hours of grinding and kind of tinkering with the magic and skills and all the shit that I've massed over the years, I can walk up to this boss and confidently say, fuck you, I'm going to stab you with my magical mystical sword and save the world. And when they do, it feels more satisfying. I actually put the time and the effort into this. I didn't just bullshit my way into some random new superpower. I didn't just get the power of friendship to save me. I don't have plot armor or something stupid. I literally just beat the boss on my own accord. And it feels great. It should be how heroes are done. They should have that sort of kind of that should be the sort of thing that heroes and, other creatures kind of do. And God, I'm running low on yeah, give me that. That's what heroes and other stuff should, kind of strive to sort of do throughout history, because it is really good for them to do. I know it's not the most practical thing, or that it's what it should happen all the time, but for the most part, if you practice and train and plan, you can kind of do anything that you really put your mind to. And no, that does not give anybody an excuse to do something terrible with their practice and training. and I would highly strive against it. Please do not do anything stupid with practicing and training, or hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself while doing your practicing and training. But yeah, I just think that heroes should try to that heroes should be able to get to beat bosses and monsters and stuff of their own volition and not just bullshit their way into some new power. Like, you didn't just conveniently have this shit in your back pocket, so stop trying to act like you did. And I know there's probably something about unnecessary conflict or some kind of bullshit power fantasy or whatever, blah 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 blah, but you gotta stop living in you gotta eventually get out of the fantasy, my man. Even though I'm kind of a hypocrite because I like living in a lot of fantasy realms and whatnot, and I think I'm going to die if I unpause. Nope, still fine. Yeah, I know I'm kind of a hypocrite for saying that, stop living in a fantasy, even though I like living in a lot of fantasies and worlds and stuff, but eventually I have to accept reality, and I kind of get out of my own head, every so often to, do what I have to kind of do in the real world. I can't be playing video games all the time, and I can't be writing stories and fan fictions and, all that accord 24/7. I have to, do work and kind of other shit and interact with other people. But I mean, it is what it is, so I can't really blame it too much. It's not I'm not gonna really get butthurt about having to do work or other things of that accord. I'm just having fun. I really am. I'm having an enjoyable time, and I'm kind of sitting and chilling and just being me. So now what do I need? I ran out of fucking and that's what everyone should strive for, is just to be themselves. You don't always have to do something stupid to impress somebody or lie your way into being you don't have to lie and cheat to impress somebody. You can just be yourself. People should just start being more accepting of you should accept people for who they are, not the shit that they try to claim themselves to be, because whatever you're trying to do to yourself, if you try to change your body or your appearance just to please people, you need to stop. You shouldn't feel the need to change yourself so drastically just so people can accept you. You're perfect the way you are. And everyone is in their own right. Now, I'm not saying that every person has I'm not saying that everything that people do is there are certain things that people do that I don't really agree with, and you should try to not do it. I would heavily advise against doing certain, nefarious and evil acts. But at the same time, you shouldn't be ashamed that you like to draw, or shouldn't be ashamed that that you're a really great cook or something of that accord. You shouldn't be ashamed of the natural talents and gifts that you were born with. And also, you shouldn't blame others for your shortcomings if you can't do something. You should take a step back and kind of practice and, perfect your craft. It'll take some time, and it's really hard to do, but I've been an artist for a decade, and I've been slowly improving my craft for years and years, and oh my god, I should not have done that. Oh fuck. Oh no. I'm dead. You know what? It's been 2 hours, so I'm gonna try to call it there. Before I go, since I don't really know how to, so before I go and leave, which I'm glad I got a cool achievement today. Before I go and sign off for the day on this stream, I want to do one quick thing, which is show off, just kind of have this on just show like a. Oh god, my throat is getting sore. I just wanted to show off a little your only move is hustle kind of gameplay, which is just some fights that I've created. Yeah, I just wanted to show off a couple of fights. But yeah, you shouldn't. To finish my other point before I do this, like you shouldn't be afraid to use your natural talents to like help people out or make people feel better. As long as you're doing something to make people feel good, then you're doing the right thing. And for context, this is a replay of a match that I created. Since this is like a pseudo fighting game that you can kind of create custom battles in, using characters that people have made or the characters that are actually in game. And these two are like, and these two creations right here, the Sword Slayer and the Droid version 2, are some characters that people have created using this engine. They're modded characters basically, and to be honest, a lot of them are actually my favorites. I've had a lot of fun time using the Droid, the Sword Slayer. There's like there's a Wind Master dude that I really like. And let me do one more because I just want to show them off. One more. Like, yeah, I really love this game, and I wanted to kind of do this with Omega Knight, but like he said that it doesn't really like appeal to him, which I can kind of understand. It's not really like a super technical fighting game because he's more heavy like Street Fighters and Tengen and Mortal Kombat and all those types of games. Full block. Counter. Anyways. Yeah, I fucking love the way it. Yeah, it is real. I can understand that it's not really appealing to like actual fighting game professionals or like, you know, people who play other fighting games. But to me, I kind of like the weirdness of it. Like the way you can kind of like customize sort of like how the battle sort of goes, and I love that ending screen of them doing their like gestures and then final moves to end it off. It's really nice. I try to make the matches go as long as possible because I really do like the way that everything ebbs, the way that it all ebbs and flows together. And I know it's really fast, but like I really can't slow it down without it looking kind of a bit weird. Yeah. But yeah, I really like it. I don't know what it is about it that I really like. I think it's probably like, if you've ever watched if anyone out there has ever watched old stick animations, like old stick fight animations, this is probably that's probably the main reason why I like this so much. Because those sticks like if if you've seen any of those stick fight animations, you'll know exactly why this thing is why it's so cool, and it means a lot to it's really fun to play. But yeah, I can download a lot more characters to kind of like to dick around with, and there even has like a cool customization feature that lets you create like styles. Like I made an angel one, I made one for like a infernal, a fire elemental / demon or something. I made one inspired by Omega Knight because he's kind of like ice and snow and stuff, and then I made one for myself which is just like lightning bolts and stuff, and it's all blue because again I like blue too much. But yeah, I just want to show that off a little bit. But yeah, I just really again to kind of end off all the other points, just be yourself, and you know, do whatever you can to help as many people. Like, try to help as many people as you can. You know, be a good Samaritan. That's really all life is. That's really how you should look at life all the time, is just try to be a good Samaritan. Help as many people as you can. even if it seems hard and it's kind of weird to like do, just go out there and help people, make them smile, make them laugh, show them a good time, and just kind of be there for people. If they need help, try to help them out, and do what your part to just be there for another person. And in return, they'll help you out, even if it's not at that moment. They'll help you out eventually, or you can ask them to help you out, or just, you know, it'll come back. Your kindness will come back to you. It may not seem like it, and it may take a while, but your kindness will be repaid if you help somebody out. Anyways, with philosophy and life lessons aside, because I'm not as good as my dad is, or, you know, actual other people, but that type of aside, thank you all so much for watching. For the people who showed up, for the people who will eventually show up, you know, like and subscribe or whatever you want to feel like doing. Find some other content. Stick around for some more content that I'm creating. You know, I recommend a lot of other channels, because, you know, there's a lot of big other channels out there that are better than mine. But if you really want to come around and stick with me and kind of see me goof around in games like this or Nova Drift or anything else, because I still have some other games over here to play, with probably Omega and Heat and Solaire and all the other guys in the house, if I can. Oh yeah, I did get that achievement. Yeah. It's dumb, but I still got that one. But yeah, I'll try to play some more, probably tomorrow, because on Friday I might do some Eldest Souls. Because, yeah, on Friday I'm thinking I want to play some more Eldest Souls. Because I'm kind of in the mood for some Eldest Souls. Because I kind of did Code Vein on, like, Wednesday, so I don't really know if I want to do that again. But I might do some Eldest Souls on tomorrow, or something else like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. And as Omega Knight would usually say to end off these videos, have a blessed day. From me, peace.